You've always had this way about you where you just inherently want the best for everyone. And that's partly why it hurts so bad when there's these other people in your life that are judging you or saying rude things or trying to knock you down. And a lot of times they're not even doing it on purpose. Have you ever noticed sometimes that people seem to feel that they mean well, but that they say certain things that are kind of outright rude? And it doesn't seem like they realize it, like they think that it's for your benefit. Now, what I'm going to share with you in this video is how to really stop caring what other people think. So let's get right into it. The truth is, how to stop caring about what other people think. Well, the first way I started trying to do that was I started taking the the id-gaff approach. It's like, I don't care. That resistant stage of I don't care what other people think is really defensive. It's really actually coming from a place that you really do care what other people think and you're trying to protect yourself. So stage one for beginning to really not care what other people think is accepting that you do care what other people think. You do. I mean, honestly, you're just a really loving person. If you weren't a loving and compassionate person, if you didn't care about other people, then you would not care what other people think. And I have met some people that are in a place like that, and it's very interesting to see. It's very hard for me to personally relate to because I'm a very compassionate, sensitive person. And I know that if you're here, then you relate to me too. But it's crazy when you see people, right, that they just like really don't care. And it's really almost kind of magical to feel that off of them. Like, how is that your reality? How do you genuinely not care what people think? But again, what I'd like to point the finger at in this video is that it's okay to care what other people think. And that was the first step for me to really heal and to really be okay with whatever anyone was saying or thinking, was accepting that I do care, accepting that it's okay to care, and that this is just, it's who I am. I really like people, and I like when everybody's doing well. But what I ended up realizing was that earlier in my life, I was a serious people pleaser. And you probably know what that word means, so I won't explain it too much, but it's like I cared so much what other people thought that I got my sense of worthiness from hanging out with other people and making them feel good. So I'd walk into a room where such and such people were feeling this way or doing this, and I would just immediately change my personality to give them exactly what I thought would make them feel good. I got really good at naturally reading the room. A simple example of this is my grandpa really liked working outside, and he thought computer games and TV were just stupid. And I remember on the weekend, we'd be at my parents' house, and I might be like playing a game with everybody, and I'd hear his car pull up outside, and I'd quit out of the game, and I'd run outside into the backyard and pretend that I was working out there. I'd start raking, and he'd come in, and he'd scold and like basically judge everybody in the house for being on a game. And he'd come and he'd put his arm on my shoulder, say, "Good job, Nathan. This guy's really going somewhere." So that's what I would do, is I would start reading people what is going to make them approve of me the most. And like I said, sometimes I'd do really well for a while and I'd feel really good. But the problem is that I was getting my good feeling from the way that other people felt or thought about me. I was choosing to only feel good based on these external conditions, which we have to admit to ourselves right now in this moment, we can't control. You can't control what somebody else thinks or does. That's not your job. You're not the chess master. They're not pieces on your chessboard. And that's what you've got to understand, is that the reason that it hurts you is because it's coming from a place of really caring and really being compassionate. But you've got to understand too, and I don't mean to offend you, I'm saying this because I had to realize this, it's actually kind of a toxic energy that you're putting out into the world, because you're trying to like use other people to your benefit and make you feel good. And you're trying to get your sense of well-being from what other people think and say about you. And it's kind of toxic. And it's kind of a weird vibe that is unconscious for a lot of us. And that's why what we're really going to do in this video is we're going to remember and activate our conscious awareness about what we're really doing here. You didn't come here to have everybody think nice things about you. That's not what you came here for. You came here to be yourself. You came here to be the unique expression of source and consciousness that you are. You came here to experience passions and impulses and desires and move towards them and evolve and expand and have all these contrasting relationships and to experience some challenges and to grow and learn more about who you are. You came here to be yourself. That's who you came here to be. So when you really, really care what other people are thinking, what is really happening is that's an emphasis. It's a manifestation in your reality of you don't remember what it feels like to be yourself. And I'm saying this firmly because I do care about you. And I'm willing to be myself and reflect this to you because I think it's really going to help you. A lot of people say that they're an empath, that somebody can walk into a room. If they're feeling good, someone can walk into a room that's feeling negative and you start absorbing their energy and you start feeling negativity too. So you try to distance yourself from them and you have this, you say to life, you're like, I'm an empath, I'm an empath. And you're labeling yourself that. And honestly, I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm making this video very potently and firmly because I know that if you stick with this, then you are really asking to heal this part of yourself. And I promise you, like me healing this, I don't want to get off topic, but I'll share with you a little bit more. I mean, I really was debilitated until I learned this. And it's this is all it is. You've got to understand that you aren't an empath. That's not really the right word for what it is that you're experiencing. And I learned this from Abraham Hicks. You're not an empath. You're being a sloppy thinker. People label themselves as, oh, I feel what everybody else is feeling. And trust me, I felt that. I couldn't be in certain cities or around certain people. I'd have to distance myself. I was always trying to learn for the crystals for protection. And I just kept reaffirming and reaffirming and redefining and saying to the universe that who I am is someone who feels everything that everyone else is feeling. And so I was like, okay, I'm an empath. I'm an empath. I was basically making excuses for myself. No, it's a serious gift to be able to tune into the energy of the things around you and the nature and people and stuff. But when it's happening out of your control and you're not doing it on purpose, you're not an empath. You're a sloppy thinker. You aren't staying grounded in who you are. You don't know what it really feels like to be in your own body and to be you. And so you're basically basing your entire reality off of what other people are thinking and feeling. You're looking for approval, even unconsciously, in other people. You're looking for good feelings in external circumstances, but you're never going to be able to consistently find them there because you can't control your environment. Only in a minimal way can you. You can by saying, oh, I don't want to live here anymore. I'm going to go live there. I did that. I left the noisy city of LA and now I'm in Sedona. Look at this. So there's certain ways you can control it, as in you have freedom over your body. You can move and choose to be around people that are more positive, which I'd recommend. You know, I'm not saying that it's not good to go somewhere that makes you feel good, that it's good to be around people who are positive and are interested in the same things as you. It's really powerful. But it's much more powerful to tune into who you really are and to be yourself and to stop being a sloppy thinker. Now, what does that mean? Well, imagine you wake up in the morning and you're excited and motivated. Let's say you've got some project you're working on, you're building this business and you're feeling really good about it. And you're thinking all kinds of exciting things about it and you're moving forwards and you've got this momentum and you're going and you're going and you're going. But then someone comes along who feels a little bit negative or says like, oh, I don't think that's really going to work. And instead of continuing on with your positive momentum, you just get upset and you start playing around with this idea in your head. Well, why would they say that? That's mean. Maybe it won't work or this or that. So see, what's happening is you're not an empath. You're being a sloppy thinker. That's what's happening. You're not staying firm in the vibrations and thoughts that are serving you, that are relevant to you. You're allowing somebody else's thoughts to move you around in your life. You see? You've got to understand that your life is a ship. It's yours. And you are the one who's steering. Nobody else can steer your ship for you. Nobody else can tell you where to go. You have to be the captain of your ship. And you always are. Seriously, your hands can't come off the wheel. You might have the experience of somebody else turning your ship for you, but that's not true. Your hands are on the wheel. You look over at them. You stop looking at the road of where you want to go. You start concerning yourself more with what they're doing. And so you swerve off course because you're not paying attention. So what you want to do to stop caring what other people think is, again, let's rehash this. Accept that you do care what other people think. Accept it. There's no need in fighting it. Don't take that passive aggressive, I don't care. because that's not going to serve you at all. Promise you. It's not. It's going to attract more and more problems, truly, because that's what you're putting out vibrationally. Accept it. It's okay. It's all right. You're a sensitive person. You're really loving and compassionate towards people. It means a lot to you what other people are thinking, and you'd really like to have positive relationships with everybody. That's fair. I do too. Still, I only prefer having positive relationships. So accept it, okay? Number two, realize that it's not that you're an empath that is feeling everything around you, it's that you're being a sloppy thinker. And step three is to learn how to be yourself unconditionally. That's how you really stop caring what other people think. Now, remember, I've got an energy message I'm going to share with you that I think is really going to help you. But first, I want to just sum this up because this part's important. This was really important for me. You want to learn how to be yourself unconditionally. What that means, firstly, is you've got to discover who you are. How do you know who you are in a world with so much noise and glowing road signs telling you, turn this way, eat this for dinner, all these TV shows, all this information, all your parents' ideas for you? How do you know who you are with all this noise? Well, I can't tell you who you are, but what I can suggest is a few things that might help you. No matter what you want in life, you want to feel good, right? Okay, so no matter what, you always want to feel good. That's the truth. You might want success here. You might want to have that item and purchase it. But what you really want underlying is to feel good. You want to feel good. So who you are is someone who is a good feeling. You're a good feeling. That's why you want to feel good, because it feels good to be yourself. It's who you came here to be. It's called alignment. So when you feel good, you're in alignment with yourself. So here's the backwards problem. When you're looking for good feelings in other people, when you're saying that you'll feel good only when the situation looks like this, you're completely not being in alignment with yourself, because who you really are is the good feeling. You don't need this big boulder right here as a random example to make you feel good. You already are a good feeling. That's who you are. That's who you are. You are this source energy of wellness and goodness, and you're so excited to be here and to be alive and exist. So when you say that you'll only feel that when that's right there next to you, do you see how disconnected you are from your source? Because source knows, who you really are knows, that you fundamentally are that incredibleness already. You don't need to achieve anything in life to be successful and thriving. You already are a thriving success. The proof is because you're here and you exist. You've already won the lottery. You're alive. Congratulations. So understand that that's a journey for you to discover who you are. But once you know who you are and you feel really aligned with that expansive changingness that you are, but there's this really powerful momentum and you learn how to feel good. And I've got a video tagged below for you in the description that will help you to tune more into who you are. It explains how to listen to your intuition, how to hear your true voice, and to move in that direction. So you can check that out below. But now I want to share a message with you that is the biggest thing that's helped me. Sometimes someone might comment something weird on a video. You may have seen it before if you're a frequenter here and you go through the comments. Sometimes somebody comments something weird. Now, in the past, like I said, I was so debilitated by caring what other people thought. In the past, it would really bother me. Again, I would immediately take that resistance of, I don't care what this person thinks. Pff, they don't know what they're talking about. Look at them. They're being judgmental. They're clearly not in alignment with their source. You see, so I would start immediately doing that. And that's what a lot of people do, but it's defensive. It's not really in alignment with who you are. And so it creates problems, and you basically give your power to them to throw you off your path, to throw you off your course and not feel well. So that used to happen to me. But now there's a big difference in energy, because when I see a weird comment, I don't feel negativity towards these people. I honestly don't. And I can't tell you how amazing that feels, because I struggled with this for so long, It's uncanny that I can see the most nasty, clearly person trying to be hateful and hurt my feelings, and it does not bother me. And instead, all I feel, seriously, I feel like the sun is shining, and I feel like it's shining on them. I feel this incredible healing energy coming to them. And I know that sounds weird, but it's like it's natural. I'm not trying to do that. I see a nasty comment from somebody, and I know that Source loves them, and that they are loved, and that they are valuable, and that they're going to be okay. And it doesn't matter what they're experiencing in their life, they're on the perfect path and journey. And I just inherently, it's not that I have to want the best for them. It's that Source is here for all of us. It's already here helping every single one of us on our unique journeys. So it's not that it's my responsibility to make this person feel good or send them healing energy. It's just this unconditional knowing that source is already healing and helping them, and that I just want the best for them, but like I don't have to because it's already coming to them. Do you see the difference in energy? So it's a difference from when somebody says something negative that would throw you off your course and you resist it and push against it. Instead, what if you could find yourself in a position where it didn't matter what anybody said or thought about you? You just unconditionally felt so powerful and connected to who you are. And you know that they are on the same exact path that you are on, and that we are all the same. And that all the things that we like to check in boxes that make us different and we judge about each other are just an illusion. It's an illusion of separation. And that everybody truly is so amazing and beautiful. When you can know that unconditionally and you can truly just wish the best for everybody and know simultaneously that the best is coming for everybody, then it doesn't matter to you when people are negative, because you've discovered how to feel good within yourself. You know that you don't need external circumstances to feel good. And you know that they don't need it either. So you know ultimately that you're both okay. You're both doing really good. You're both here. You both exist, and you're both cut from the same cloth source. So why does it matter what other people think or are saying? Understand, life, this is a stage. It's a huge stage, and we're all improv actors on it. It's not your responsibility to be upset by characters that other people are choosing to be. It's not your responsibility to judge them or to say, oh, they're just not connected to their source. Oh, they're just going through a hard time. See, that's something that I did for a while too, and that helped me to feel better about myself. But that's not really the vibration that's really going to free you from actually giving all these people permission to bring you down. The real vibration that's really going to help you isn't judging them and saying, oh, they're just going through a hard time. Oh, they're not connected to their source. It's just unconditional love. For me in my reality, I feel like the sun is shining within me and it shines through me on everyone constantly. It's this really interesting thing that's been happening lately in my life where I walk around and it's like part of my consciousness. I know this sounds kind of weird, but for the sake of this video and just being totally straight up, ever since I started doing this, it's amazing. It's like I'm the sun and like one with the sun, you see? And it's like it shines and I can feel a lot of you. And I feel myself, my consciousness, this healing light, this ultimate powerful sun coming into the room, and I can see you there and I can feel it shining on you. And I can feel this well-being being born in all of our lives. And I can feel that we're all a part of it expanding. And I can sense myself in all these different dimensions of being there and holding space for everybody. And I can sense all these people that are doing it for me. And it's just incredible. So there's no need to let somebody bring you down just because of the character they're choosing to be in this life. This is a very big show. And the show is very interesting and exciting based on all the different characters and all the different experiences that can be had. So you could find a way to be really grateful that there are people not doing exactly what you want them to be doing, because that would be kind of boring. Everything would be so expected. The unexpected is beautiful. There's such transformation and power in it. There's such beautiful recognition and expansion of who you really are. So how to really stop caring what other people think? It's okay that you care what other people think. You can keep caring. You can. But you don't have to feel that sense of compassion and wanting the best for everybody to a way that it debilitates you and drags you down. You can just keep moving on your path and know that everything is happening perfectly for everyone, that it's not your job to manifest for other people, that it's not your job to heal everybody, because that's pretty arrogant when you think about it. Don't you see that everybody has the same power within them that you do? So why can't we all just hold space like we're already here doing in the other dimensions of ourselves, of the most incredible light and just love that is expanding within us? Tune into your power, fill your cup, turn your attention towards that, and trust that other people also have the ability and power to fill their own cup. Because when you walk by someone that's having a hard time and you start sympathizing and empathizing, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, this person needs my help. You're vibrationally holding them in a position of being a victim. Why would you do that? That's not actually beneficial to them. Instead, You can just smile at them and see them with the light shining around them because you know that they are an extremely powerful, incredible being that has the ability to manifest their entire experience and to create their entire reality. And it's not your job to do that for them. See, when you can really start making eye contact with people and seeing within them the power that they are, they will recognize something within you. It's like a fire. It's like you're holding a flame. And everywhere you go, every eye contact you make with every single person, whether they realize it or not, whether they're on the spiritual path, quote unquote, or not, they will feel lit by your fire. Their wood will be lit and they can start adding kindling to their fire, and understand that that's only happening because you see them for how amazing they are, because you're not judging them, because you see them as the incredible, beautiful being that they are unconditionally. And when you get to that place, let me tell you something. It is so amazing to me that I am not brought down what other people think anymore, because I struggled with it my entire life. And I see now that honestly, it was the biggest issue that I had for probably at least like 15 years. I'm 25 right now. So like 15 years, pretty significant part of my life. It's a long time. For 15 years, I cared so deeply what other people thought about me. And I would constantly have other people bringing me down. And it's crazy because I can see so clearly now, because it feels so easy to just constantly be in alignment with who I am. Because I've learned how to feel good without needing external things making me feel good. I don't need this situation to feel good. I feel good because I know who I am and I like being me. And then I can go out into life, and the craziest thing happens. Because of the law of attraction, I'm passing by all these other people who have these huge smiles on their face, and I can see within them that the fire is lit. So I'm vibrationally aligning with all these people. It's amazing. I've been doing lots of coaching calls lately, and it's hilarious to me because every single person that I talk to, the fire is clearly lit within them. And I just like, thank you, universe. The law of attraction is so amazing. There are so many people all over the place who are doing so well and have so much power moving through them in their realities right now. And it's incredible to see. And when you can start appreciating and wanting the best for everybody in that way, where you know that they're already doing it, that they already are a powerful being, and you don't need to have them take your hand and pull them up, but that they can get there on their own, that is a powerful vibration that you put out. And other people are really going to find that beneficial from you. And let me tell you something. Some people are triggered by it. Some people are triggered by me lately, and I've noticed that. And I'm okay with it because it doesn't bother me anymore. But I will tell you that when you walk with such a powerful sense of certainty within you, some people are going to want to knock you down a few pegs because it bothers them to see. I had this experience. This is the last thing I'll say. I realize this being a long video. I had this experience actually on Thanksgiving where I went to my grandparents' house. And I'm comfortable to share this because it's a real example. And I also know they don't watch my YouTube videos. So my family doesn't watch these. So, but basically I was there and I had seen my grandparents, and, I guess what I'm really trying to say is they don't really understand my life or the way that I am or the way that I'm choosing to navigate it. And that's okay because they don't have to. And I don't feel like they need to see things the way I see it. You see what I'm saying? But essentially, my grandpa he came down on me hard multiple times over Thanksgiving. I won't get into specifics, but just brutally. I mean, he was clearly pissed off about the sense of like confidence within me. And that really bothered him. And so he kept bringing up certain things, like just randomly, we'd just be having a conversation. We'd be like, oh, so you think you're awesome, or you think you're better than other people, right? Things like this. It's like, yeah, no, I know that I'm awesome, but you're that same awesome. It's not that I'm better than you. It's just that I know how amazing I am. You see the difference in energy? So some people are going to be bothered by that, but your job isn't to sit there and talk them into letting you be yourself. That's not your job. Your job is not to say, hey, you're not in alignment with your source, so you don't know what you're talking about. That's not your job. Your job is to sit there being yourself, being so appreciative that you're you and that they're them, and that you get to be having this co-creation experience at all. You see? So it's okay. When you start being in alignment with your power, when you really stop caring what other people think, you'll notice that some people really, it's like they want to make it their mission to knock you down a few pegs, or like, get down. This is not right. You need to be humbled, You need to, privileged. You haven't had to go through the things I've gone through, and they just want to knock you down and kick you into the dumps. And I'm saying this confidently because I know these people, trust me. But I enjoy them. I do. I'm not upset about them anymore. I actually really like them. And the part that they're playing is really powerful. And they have helped me to become in alignment, in true alignment, firmly with the power within me more than anybody else has. So everybody, everyone that's playing a part, this stage is awesome. You don't know all the co-creation and connection that's happening and all the different things that are happening on different dimensions. We're all here and we're all in this together. And I am so grateful for that. Thank you. Much love to you. And you're going to be okay. Just keep going. You're doing a great job.